This is the Rockslapping Champions. Player 1, playing Raynor, we have Prince MX. And player 2, playing Dehaka, we have Yuri Prime. So the reason why I casted this game is because it provides an opportunity to see how players who are extremely experienced in the game approach this mission, because there are some interesting strategies that can be done, as well as some other interesting strategies by lesser experienced players. Let's have a look at the masteries over here while the Dehaka goes off and starts to farm. The mastery points for the Dehaka are standard. They are all great picks: the Devour healing, the pack leader timing, and the Dehaka attack speed. Raynor has most of his points put into the research cost instead of the drop speed. Usually it's better to have a 15-15 split here for the mastery points. Hyperion cooldown additionally is a little bit less effective than the Banshee cooldown, because if you have 30 points into the Banshee cooldown, you can have the Banshees out about 50% of the mission time, which is very good. And then lastly we have medic heal and mech attack speed. There's a roughly even split over here, and again, usually it's better to pick one or the other. The medic healing is if you want to go for a bio build, and the mech attack speed obviously if you want to go for a mech-centric build. So picking one or the other is generally the better choice here. Player production, we have a factory on the way, and which means we're expecting to see some kind of a mech build here. First Void Thrasher already has been spawned because the area around it has been cleared. And Dehaka is going to start working away on this base, and he's devouring the sentry and then the Archon to clear the defenders over here. He's devoured the Archon, which gives him a Spines buff, which is a semi-damage reflect here. Raynor is building his first Starport, which means we are expecting a battlecruiser build over here. And Dehaka is working away at this enemy camp. He's devoured the sentry, dealt some damage, devours the zealot to gain some HP, and then devours the Archon to clear whatever is left. The Spines upgrade finishes off whatever is remaining. And the starport is almost done for Raynor, and we have a second starport being produced right now, with Morvar's Den being produced for Dehaka. And Dehaka is over here now. He's going to poke into this base just to draw out some of the easier to eat units, so the zealots and whatnot. And we have the first attack wave that has spawned at the 4-minute mark from the top side. So because we're dealing with a Protoss enemy race, the first attack wave is not going to tell you what the enemy attack composition is going to be. You need to see what the second attack wave is before you can determine what the enemy composition is. So we see Adepts, and Adepts generally means that we're dealing with a more difficult composition. Zealots is significantly easier in terms of endgame compositions. Banshees are working away on the Void Thrasher over here, and Dehaka starts to clear the Adepts. And now we have the Hyperion that is ready, and it has been spawned on this side. And Raynor decides the best use of the Hyperion here is to start clearing the expansion. The Banshees should be used to clear the expansion rather than the Hyperion if you do not want to use Marines, but he has opted to use the battlecruiser, the ultimate battlecruiser, to clear his expansion. Dehaka has spawned Glavik over here, and he is starting to work away on the central base. So one common question is, why would you clear this base instead of going for the base at the top over here? And the reason is because this base is the most difficult to clear. There are the most units around in this area. As the mission progresses, Amon's units get stronger in terms of attack upgrades and other abilities. So it is always better to try and clear this base, especially if you are trying to rush the mission. It's better to clear this base first, while the units are at their weakest. So in this case, Templars will not have Storms, and any other units like Banshees may not have Cloak. So it's better to clear away this one. So we have a total of 3 starports for Raynor and the Fusion Core, and our first battlecruiser comes down over here, and Dehaka is just completely decimating this entire base. Expansion is not yet done for Raynor. He is still working away on that. And Raynor and Dehaka drops a Morvar right now to start clearing whatever is left. few hybrid dominators, and some void rays and a few stalkers. But they stand no match now for Dehaka, who is at level 8 already. Question mark, question mark, question mark. There's an exchange of question marks, and Prince MX appears to be very, very impressed with Yuri Prime's play. But Yuri Prime is a speedrunner. He is very, very experienced in how to run these missions. So, production-wise, we have one battle cruiser being produced out of a single starport, while the other two sit idle. And Dehaka over here is just going to clean up whatever's left of these Void Thrashers with the help of Morvar and a few Swarm Hosts. Next attack wave has spawned right now, and this attack wave will tell you what the enemy composition is. It is unique. So this last Void Thrasher stands over here, and it'll go down to what's left of the Zerglings and the Locust. Attack wave consists of Stalkers and Adepts, and Dehaka is already on the ball and starts dealing with this attack wave completely. In the meanwhile, we have another battlecruiser being produced. We have a total of 2 battlecruisers right now owned by Raynor. Raynor is sending his Banshees towards this enemy base, which serves absolutely no purpose. This enemy base is mostly for aesthetics more than anything. And clearing this enemy base, using the Hyperion as well, is generally not recommended because it is a waste of time. It would be better to use the Hyperion to start clearing and weakening these enemy fortifications over here. Dakron being spawned goes down very, very quickly, and a clutch devour by Dehaka on the Hybrid Dominator over there keeps him alive and wipes whatever was attacking him. There are a few air units over here, so Dehaka is going to struggle a little bit, because he cannot hit air units until later levels, but there is a very, very weak Void Ray over here, which makes a very good Devour target, which I believe Dehaka is waiting for his cooldown to get reset. And there we go, he's devoured the Void Ray, and he's going to start clearing out whatever's left of these air units, which means the 1 carrier and the 1 Void Ray over here. And Raynor is clearing now the rest of this enemy base with his battlecruisers, and he does not notice that there is an attack wave over here that is making its way towards his expansion. Dehaka is over here and will start clearing up these Void Thrashers. And now Raynor has realized that this attack wave has been targeting his expansion. And he starts losing. He's lost 3 SCVs so far, and his CC is over here. He did not cast repair on it yet. There you go. There goes a repair, but I believe it is too late, and the command center will just go down. Down goes the command center, down goes the refinery, and 4 battlecruisers warp in right now with a tactical jump to try and stop this attack wave. Attack wave starts to focus fire down one of the battlecruisers. One of the battlecruisers goes down already. Second battlecruiser starts to get focused down. That battlecruiser goes down as well. And the last battlecruiser over here. SCV is being pulled to try and stop this attack wave, but the sentry casts force fields and blocks the SCVs, and those SCVs goes down. Another battlecruiser goes down. Archangel is over here, gets destroyed by Dehaka. And all in all, we have 3 battlecruisers lost and 10 SCVs, along with 1 command center and 1 refinery have gone down here. Dehaka has cleared the Archangel, the bonus objective, and the 3 Void Thrashers on the spot, and now he's making his way towards this side. Dehaka deep tunnels over and devours that Templar. There's another Templar over there that he's going to devour and instantly clears this area. Raynor has put down his next command center, and having a look at the production, he's producing 2 battlecruisers now out of his 3 starports. A Devour on the sentry, I believe that was, or a Templar. There goes the Templar, and there's another sentry over there that Dehaka, I believe, has missed. He was going for the sentry, but he devours the Immortal by accident. And down goes Glevig, and Glevig cleans up whatever's left of the enemy defenses. A Banshee is over here. But his battlecruisers are still sitting over here, and they're not doing really very much. Out comes the battlecruisers. They take maybe about 3 or 4 shots on the Void Thrasher before the Void Thrasher goes down, and yeah, it is essentially a solo mission by Dehaka. And Prince MX ends the game with weird. Indeed, this was indeed a very, very weird game, and that is GG.